Have you people looked it over? You have any questions, any remarks you want to make on them, so we can discuss these? Have you been able to look at them? Anybody there?
Not yet.
Okay, well, it's best if we can come here and have the documents, because that's what he's going to be talking about, and it's really good if we can kind of go over them.
I'm always one call behind on that stuff because I have to go to the library to get to the internet.
Oh, okay. Okay. These files got up there this morning. Sometimes he puts them up as late as just a few minutes before the call. Now, the document, the latest document up there is
You're breaking up real bad, Tom.
Well, is that any better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, I'm using a headset. That may not work, and I may have to switch back to my web mic and speakers. But let's see if this hangs on. He had mentioned that we want to talk to the court whenever we go to the bankruptcy court, and I guess any court, but especially the bankruptcy court in terms of processing our documents, is that we want them to be in their ministerial capacity. So he has his file where your first question to the court is that this is all about jurisdiction, and the question is this a quasi-judicial court, a 1938 communistic foreign bar court for profit, or an American constitutional just ministerial court of law with no foreign bar members? Now, he had mentioned that, and then in fact in his cover letter sending into the BC court, he kind of gets around to this, and I'm wondering whether that language just should be very clearly added to that document to the bankruptcy court, which I believe was the signature and authorization document. Anyhow, the documents out there that I'm looking at right now, because I'm going through trying to organize them for myself. Where do I have them up? Okay, he has my write-up for the 1047, SF 1047, and that will be the 1047s are for when we're sending in for refunds. And it looks to me that's going to precede accompany our authorization package. Our authorization package is something that we send in the first time to each one of these people, and the authorization package. Let me get my right thing here. I'm looking at the wrong page. It concludes our Admiralty lien and life estate deed, and our living vessel christening document. 56Fs, giving our individual banker fiduciary capacity over the estate and the foreign grantor trust. So that's the basic authorization package, and for the refund you include that with this write-up, and then with the bankruptcy court, when you send in the package, there is a signature and authorization. It's more or less like a signature card, and I think that we would include this language about the first question about the court, include that in the signature authorization thing. But we need to to go over these kind of things with Patrick today. So the documents I'm looking at, let me go through them. My write-up for the SF-1047, the anti-American nightmare, well, it's the anti-American and anti-free bar.
Ahmed,
Yes.
you real scratchy. You're not clear.
Is this any better?
It's like you got a short in your cord or something. Is what it sounds like.
Is this any better?
No.
No, you got a lot of crackling going on.
Well, that's crackling within the system here. Let's take a look here, see if there's anybody else making noise. So Skype reacts badly if other people are making noise. And is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay, I had to mute Eduardo, who had a whole lot of noise coming in. So if you can figure out whatever that is, Eduardo, you're on mute, and you'll need to do *6 to come in and talk. But it could very well be when you do that, you bring a lot of noise in with you, too. Okay? So I was just going through the documents I'm working on. Some of them are new. I've got the American Christening Beneficiary Certificate up. I pulled that from the previous folder. And actually, I'm working on my. I've got the special birth certificate endorsement up for myself because I'm also putting that on the back of my Social Security card to do a draw. I've got the recording instructions up just to review them for how we record this at the county level. And then that question to all law enforcement officers. And I would imagine this is for when we encounter them on the street and not for including in any of our documents.
Okay, Tom, this is Dad. I'm on the line now.
Yes, Patrick. Thank you.
Okay. First off, I got a question. Has anybody got any 1047s filed yet?
I haven't yet. I'm preparing one.
Anybody else out there got any filed?
No, I'll be sending mine out tomorrow, Patrick. After I leave the courthouse.
Okay, one of the first things you might want to do is basically in the remarks section or somewhere, if you've already got it typed up, just hand write it in that this is to be pretty much set off. It's an authorization SS debt set off per the number on the back of your Social Security card.
Okay. (1047) remarks. Okay.
Authorization SS debt set off, and then the number, and then basically the number on the back of your Social Security card. Now, there's two audios out here. One is how Freemasons avoid paying bills with their SSN. And then mix on how Freemasons avoid paying bills with the SSN. Basically, what they say in the process, and this is by a couple Moors that were making this statement. They say you put approved on your bill, and then authorization set-off number is basically the number on the back of your Social Security card, and then you are the authorized representative, and you sign and date it. You put that at a 45-degree angle, and then you send that bill back to whoever sent it to you. The Social Security number is not the set-off number. Just like your credit card, okay? You can put down the number on the front of that credit card. It ain't going nowhere until either you use a PIN number or, like, you go online and you want to order something online, you have to use that 3-digit number on the back of that credit card. That's the authorization number. Same thing with your birth certificate, okay? The registration number is not the authorization number. The red debt number or the red sequence number is the authorization number for that American banknote, like for your birth certificate. Same thing would be for, like, the certificate of title that you have to your vehicle, to whatever. You've got to basically have the authorization number, and then basically you put the item on the back for the value, but on the 1455 for the identifying number, that is basically the set-off number. That's the serial number or sequence number, whatever, of that instrument. It's the authorization number. Has anybody gone and seen their postmaster and seen whether they can basically process the 1455 and the 1522?
No.
Nobody?
I've written it up, but I haven't gone into the post office yet.
Man, see, I didn't even know we supposed to have done any of that, Patrick.
Well, you got to listen to the last calls, okay?
Yeah.
You find out whether they can, okay? You go in and give them a copy and say, okay, can you do this? You can do a, for the State Department, you can do an authorization and basically validation of a person for a passport. You ought to be able to do this for the Treasury Department. You're a financial institution. These forms are for the Department of the Treasury and the Bureau of Fiscal Services, the Treasury of the country, the de facto Treasury of the country, the independent Treasury. I haven't got the feedback from my postmaster yet, but basically she sent the documents up the line, and that's what you're going to have to do. You've got to get in there and start talking to people. This is not a one-way show, okay? You guys want remedy, you're going to have to fight for it. Time is short. I would avoid basically sending anything into these bankruptcy court. I don't think we're going to get anything out of them. They're a bunch of communists. We need to go to the Treasury and put these items in. I sent one package out with 5 of them in it. I posted it at 3:06 Monday. It got delivered yesterday in Parkersburg, West Virginia at 2:49.
Mm-hmm.
249, basically the Expatriation Act number.
Hmm.
That means basically it took less than 23 hours to go from Des Moines, Iowa, all the way across, halfway across the country and get signed for. You guys have to get off your ass and start getting some of these things out there. You want remedy? Basically sit down and add some of these receipts up. This is an easy one to do. I've given you the examples. Now get off your goddamn ass and do something. I just did another one that I'm going to send out tomorrow. Express mail. This one is all my $300 penalty envelopes. $8,717.10. I sent one off yesterday for $1,500. I found that receipt and said basically, oh shit, here, this is over the $600, so I'm going to send this one off, and I put it out certified mail. I'm going to hammer the bankruptcy court and the federal court building up there, and if they don't basically return all my items, if they haven't paid them out, and if they don't return them, I'm going to turn them into the IRS Inspector General, to the Social Security Inspector General, to the Treasury Inspector General, to the Securities and Exchange Inspector Generals, because these damn court communist bar attorneys are committing fraud, and they're in violation of Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. And basically, I'm also going to contact the INS and basically try and have them deported.
For foreign agents.
Yeah. They're operating as foreign agents, and they're communist, they're anti-American, and they're anti-American private property. They hate you. They only want to use you for their own damn goddamn benefit. And their God is the devil. And I told that right to my damn county attorney today, and I gave him several of these documents. And I said, you're nothing but a damn communist. You got a bar card, you're a damn communist. Now, I told people about this before. I went into the sheriff's office, and I got a set of fingerprints on the blue card. I also got a picture. They made up an identification card, 8 by 11 identification card, 8.5 by 11, with my picture on it. No Social Security number, no other identifying number, just the machine number that basically has my records stored in the system. I put on that document today, unalienable. I also put up on the top, patented, because I patented my name, and now I'm unalienable because I have those documents on file at the county recorder's office. So basically, I've got that identification card, and I've used that to go into the federal court building before. I've used that also to get notaries at the courthouse. My vehicle is unalienable because I never registered it with the state. I gave that county attorney a copy of my American Amnesty documents and told him, hey, you can file these in the court. So he's going to file them into the court records. Said, I standing in admiralty, and basically I have, with these documents, I have patented my name and basically my vessel and all my property. You cannot write any liens on me or my property anymore. I am unalienable or inalienable, however you want to look at it. It means the same thing. I posted some documents up there to ask about law enforcement, whether they are a peace officer or whether they're an enforcement thug for the communist organization. Well, my question to you people is, are you going to get off your ass and do something? Or are you just going to wait until basically they pull the plug on you and basically start killing you all off? You want freedom? You're going to have to fight for it, just like they did back in the Revolutionary War. We can take these courts down. Basically, there's people out there that are starting to wake up. Some of these courts are now starting to feel the pinch, but there's a lot of estate judges and all these attorneys think that they're totally above the law. They're not. They're operating as a foreign corporation within our country, and they're traitors in every regard. They are not the de jure courts of this country. They're quasi-judicial courts. You have to rock the boat. And the more people that start rocking the boat, basically we can get this thing turned around. But if you're just going to sit there and not try and prove this to anybody, you ain't worth a damn to me or to the group. You go off and fight some other damn bullshit. Basically, you're barking up the wrong damn tree. You've got 3 documents here that go into the de jure Treasury or the de facto Treasury, but basically to the Treasury Department to get remedy. Use them. One of the oldest laws on the book is financial rehabilitation. I said this the other night.
Are we still on?
I think we're still on.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Financial rehabilitation. The first one in the Bible was basically Cain. He got remarked. He got out of the system. He got rid of his debtor person, Abel. that was dragging him down because Abel never did a lick of work. He was trading commodities on the cattle. The next one, basically, you come across is Abraham. He waited until his father died, and then basically he got his financial rehabilitation and left town. Next one after that, basically the big one, was Moses. Well, what did he do? He loaded all of his assets up onto a boat and basically waited for everybody else to get wiped out.
That's Noah.
Or Noah. Then you have basically down through there. Well, I guess Noah was before Abraham, whatever.
Yeah, he was before Moses, too.
Yeah. And then you have Moses coming out of Egypt, but basically you had the Moors going to the west, and you had the Hebrews going to the east, but you also had another group going to the south.
Did you say that correctly about Cain and Abel? I thought Cain killed Abel, and he was the one that was shortchanging.
No.
You're saying we're
it.
taught wrong?
Cain was the one who was doing manual labor.
Yeah.
Abel sat around on his ass and had all the cattle. So he was playing the damn cattle futures. Yeah, he didn't put any work. The cows were doing all the work for him.
Okay.
That's what pissed Cain off.
Well, I thought
Cain
didn't give a good offering to the sacrifice. He gave vegetable matter or plant life instead of living animal life.
See, that is a misnomer in the Bible.
Okay.
Okay?
I got to learn it correctly then.
You got to look at what transpired.
Right.
What was Abel doing and what was Cain doing? Cain was working.
Mhm. Yeah, he's plowing the fields.
Yeah. Did Abel do anything? No, he didn't do shit. He's just like all the bankers out here. They don't do shit.
Right.
They just live off of your assets. Daniel, Jesus, a lot of the prophets out there. Job. I mean, basically you can go through the Bible and start looking at this, and basically a lot of them got financial rehabilitation. That is the oldest law in the book. You have a right of financial rehabilitation to come out of the system and take your finances with you. But these communist courts are not giving financial rehabilitation, and that is addressed in the definition about bankruptcy in Valentine's Dictionary. And they continue to deny justice to the people.
Right, and just like if you have a marriage certificate or birth certificates and your babies and the father gets out of work and can't do child support, they take his right to drive away so he can't go to work instead of paying off what they're supposed to pay off.
Yeah, they are out here to destroy this country and the people.
Mm-hmm.
They hate America. They're in a state of insurrection. All of these bar attorneys. They're not the good guys. They're the Mr. Smiths that I addressed in the movie Matrix. They're the suits and ties.
Right.
Does anybody not understand that? I tried to make some of these documents as handouts.
You said something last phone call about in 1871 they created the corporation over here, but at the same time they did something in Europe and that about the communists over there. I forget what you said, but
1871, basically they set up the United States Bankrupt Trust here out of London, out of the Rothschilds out of London town in England.
Yeah, they called it the United States.
Listen, just
okay,
let
I'll
me
be
run
quiet.
through this, okay?
All right. It's important.
Then, basically, the French had a second revolution, and basically that was in 1871, and the Rothschilds, the bankers in Paris, started the communist system. It was just a remake of what the Roman Catholic Church had been doing in the Middle Ages with all their courts of inquisition. So they brought in these communist courts out here in the system. At that point in time, they started influxing bar members into this country. Because prior to that time, in a lot of the states, and basically Virginia, I think, was the last one to remove it off the books, that they had a bounty on any bar attorney. $2 a head. Bounty. And basically then they started influxing these bar attorneys into the educational system, into the colleges and everything, to pollute the law learning of the law students. That continued all the way up to Garfield's time when they came in and started bringing the insurance into this country. And by that time, the attorneys were starting to come out with their bar cards out of the system. But they didn't go into full communist effect in the court system until Roosevelt, that damn communist, turned around and revamped the bankruptcy under the Chandler Act in 1938. Then they revamped the court system into this quasi-judicial court system. And then in 1971, basically they revamped most all of the county offices to where now they became public or departments. A derivative of the original. All operating for a profit. The de jure is still there. But that's why you have problems in getting stuff filed even at the county recorder's office sometimes. Because the communists are blocking you. But there's ways around these items. And then if you put the claim in right, or the charges in right, because these communists are not paying their taxes, they are not reporting all of the commissions that they're getting, they're committing identity theft, tax fraud, and also securities fraud. The securities against the country. By writing all these fraudulent bonds and everything out here. And then not paying anything back to the IRS in the process. They're the foreigners that need to pay the damn taxes. But see, they control the court system, so they think that they're above the law out here.
That's why they call them a cabal.
They're going to be the first ones to have their head on a chopping block. And the Pope, basically, the last 3 or 4 months, whatever, has pulled the plug. He's not supporting any bar attorney any longer. The white Pope, the previous Pope, the non-Jesuit Pope, basically continued to support all these bar attorneys. But this Jesuit Pope has pulled the plug on them. But most of these judges, especially these female judges, you ought to be able to see that. This is the system of this quasi-judicial court system is the Jezebel court system that was addressed back in Moses' time. It's not the de jure temple, it's this Jezebel temple. And that's why you have all these females running around as judges, because they're Jezebels.
Right, and Jezebel's the one that used what do you call it when you sign something you're not supposed to.
They're usurping the power of man.
Right. Not
they
doing
don't know
just
their place,
exchange.
They don't know their place in life.
Yeah. And
the
you said
feminazis.
Yeah. It's not just
And then
exchange.
basically they got all these other women out here thinking that they have the right to vote. And basically what are they voting for? They're voting for communist. And they destroy a man's power of vote. They have nullified the man's vote in most cases. Okay.
Well, I'm glad you went over that again, Patrick, because that was important.
Well, I tried to put it out several times on the last call.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I know.
I'm not saying anything new. Okay?
I know.
Except basically we used the number on the back of the Social Security card. That is our set-off number, our authorized set-off number to basically get our relief. Now, basically, one of the guys down in South Carolina said that basically he'd seen or heard that somebody had gone in, bought some stuff in the store, and then told the cash register person to enter the number that's on the back of his Social Security card. Now, whether he took, like, Atlanta or whatever, Chicago, I think is 7, and then put the other 8 digits in there, and basically when the cash register person did that, basically it came up, bill paid. But I like going and getting the receipts and then turning around and cashing those in at the Treasury. That way you don't have to argue with the cash clerk at the cash register. But it's up to you guys, okay? I've given you several examples. You can go and listen to those 2 audios about how does a Freemason pay his bills or whatever it is on YouTube. We don't do accepted for value. We approve the bill, and then we basically set the debt off per that authorization number on the back side of the Social Security card.
I did
Just
try
like
that
you would
myself.
do with a credit card. You have to give the authorization number before that credit card will be processed, that order that you have.
I did try that myself. Tried to pay off a car. I did try that myself once. I sent in a payment to pay off an automobile, and they sent it back, and then I got a letter from the Chicago Federal Reserve saying that I'm not authorized to use my account. My account. And I didn't really understand.
It's your card. You're authorized to use it.
They're playing beneficial owner.
Yeah, they were trying to intimidate you. See,
Well,
that's when basically you can turn around and you go to the Treasury.
I have to try that again.
Well, you take the form, you got a loan, right? You do the 1455. You put down the loan number and everything that you have. Send it into, get it medallionized or whatever. Check it out at the post office. Try and get the post office to do it. Basically, you put a global stamp on there, $1.20 global stamp, either the North American or the Moon global stamp, circular stamp, and then have the post office stamp it in red. Now that is a posted debt that has to be settled. And you send the 1455 and the 1522 into the Bureau of Physical Services at Parkersburg, West Virginia. They take care of this. The more you think about this, go and get a window sticker from the vehicle. You want to buy a new vehicle? Get the window sticker. Put it down. Turn around and basically authorize the release from your Social Security account to pay that bill.
You said Bureau of Fiscal, like F, and not Physical Services, right? You said fiscal.
Physical, okay?
Oh, physical. Okay,
it's on
I
the
got
damn document.
you. Okay, I got you.
1455 and the other one, okay?
All right.
FISCAL.
I've said this enough times. You ought to know what the hell I'm talking about by now, Steve.
Well, I thought I did, but I sounded different today.
FISCAL.
Well, it's the same damn thing, okay?
Okay. Well, that's what
There
I just
is
said,
no
and I
other.
got a different answer. You said physical, and the other guy's telling me fiscal. You're telling two things right now.
It's the same damn thing, okay? Whatever it is.
All right, it's
Bureau.
fiscal, like money,
Okay,
F-I-S.
it's the fucking Bureau. Go send it to the Bureau.
All right, I'll look it up.
You should already have the goddamn forms in hand.
Right there.
I don't. I didn't have any fucking ink.
This is Mike from Florida.
Project, I got a question, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
About the BC and then and the endorsement on the back of it for whatever the value you're gonna ask for it, whatever. I'm saying on part A for the reason for the distribution, you don't have anything in the top portion A. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's.
Yes, I did. I put it on the example, and basically I had it marked other, okay?
Yeah, that's what
And basically if you go to page 4, I think it is, it sort of explains what to put in there. You are of age.
All right.
Okay? You're authorized because you're over the age of 21.
All right. Cool. And of course, if I had more than one VC, I could put both of them in here, couldn't I?
How about, you probably got a whole goddamn bunch of receipts. How about trying to get those things in right now?
Right.
Like I said, that's the easiest one to do because you don't have to go and get anybody's authorization to do it. The only thing you do is put a global stamp on there beside your signature and take it in the post office and have them put a red stamp on it. They can cancel that stamp. They think they're canceling it, but all they're doing is basically verifying that there's a debt. They're posting a debt because that's a red seal. And now you've posted it in international mailing. Then you put it into a certified mail or an express mail and get it out to Parkersburg. You can either get a check, you can either have it cash, or you can have other method of having it deposited into your Direct Express debit card. If you don't have one, you can request one. Ask the question to them.
So on the refunds, Patrick, the first time we send in the refunds, we still do that authorization package of a lien and life estate deed and the vessel.
I sent a copy of my Admiralty in there, but if you don't have them done, just get the goddamn voucher in.
I haven't done, and it looks like your new write-up on the 1047 will go in the first time too, because you mentioned those.
If you don't have it, you don't put that in there. You have to make your own write-up. Okay?
Yeah, yes, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm actually doing that. Yes. I just wanted to verify what goes in the one-time package, the receipts, and the 1047. They'll all go up.
Yeah, after you file it with them, basically say, hey, you're supposed to have this on file.
Yes. And I like the fact that we can do the postal, the $300 envelopes, because I'll do what you did. I'll do them in batches.
Well, try it, okay? I don't know whether it's going to work or not, but we have nothing to lose. We're going to lose it all sooner or later.
Right.
So why not try something?
Okay. That's easier. I'm been working on that Social Security card draw, but this is easier. I'll get that out tomorrow.
Anybody else?
Anyway, I got my answer straightened out. I looked at the form 1455. It says Bureau of the Fiscal Service.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I saw it. Okay. My bad. I didn't notice that before.
Patrick.
Anybody else?
Yeah, since we're not going to the federal district court no more, for lack of a better word, what am I supposed to do with my? I mean, I know you probably. I mean, my notice of foreign bankrupt liquidation motion.
Well, you can still send it in there, but I would try and get some stuff off to the Bureau of Public Debt or Bureau of Fiscal Services, whatever. Okay?
Okay.
Get one off to them, okay?
Yeah, build a history.
Then basically if the court doesn't do anything, then you have a means to turn around and send it right over to the other and say, hey, the court wouldn't honor this. Basically, I'm filing charges against them. Also, and here's basically a remake of the package that I sent to them because they refused to release the damn securities that I sent to them. So I want them also investigated for security fraud. Let them hang themselves.
Okay.
Dumb shit, arrogant assholes that they are.
Yeah.
Thinking that they're above the law. We get enough information about here, and basically these inspector generals and everything are going to have to bring in the law enforcement officers and start taking them down. If enough people start crying wolf, they're going to have to start listening. Because there's more of us than there are of them.
I got one more question, Patrick.
Okay.
The Form 56 is the Form 56F. Why are we not doing a 56 to go with it? And
well, you send a 56 in. If you don't have your EINs, you just do a 56 for your Social Security account. You have to show that you are the fiduciary, that you have the authorization to put this in. If you have your EINs, then you use your Form 56F and put it in there.
Okay, Patrick, what goes with it? What goes with the 56F to send into Fresno?
You should have your 3 Admiralty vessel or lien documents that you've got recorded at the county.
Okay. See that's
if you don't have those, then basically just try and get this in there and just use the Form 56 or the 56F, whatever you have right now. Get it in there. Get something moving, but get the other stuff going too.
Patrick, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Johnny. I have a question. The ministerial capacity, is it superior than the civil capacity for public service?
Is the what capacity?
Ministerial capacity.
That is the de jure office. It is higher than the quasi-judicial. The quasi-judicial is just a character. They're an actor. They're not really holding the de jure office. But the ministerial basically is holding the de jure office, and they have to follow the laws of America. The de jure laws, not the codes of law.
Okay. My second question
is... that's the 2 different jurisdictions that basically they've gotten us under is this quasi-judicial, this communist court system.
Okay. Okay. My second question is regarding the Form 1455, where it asks the identifying number. For example, I have the title to my car, the control number, that red number. That's the identifying number.
That's the identifying number, and then the VIN number, and the other is basically the registration number.
Okay, and
that goes in the big block over to the side.
Right, and that same number is the same number that goes in the 1522 serial number.
Right.
Okay. So basically that number covers the entire bond.
Yeah, see, that's the debt number. That's the set-off debt number.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Last question. I was reading the rules and regulations of the sheriff office over in my county, right? And basically they just have a lot of garbage in there that he's, in charge of the K-9 unit and all that crap. But there's a little part that says that he's responsible to serve documents from a court. It's very vague, right? Could we force, or I force, him to serve the documents to the county clerk to get that seal in the event that, they give me a hard time? And in the event that they deny that...
I don't think that the clerk of the court's going to give you too much of a hard time, okay?
Okay.
You just file it into the miscellaneous filing.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Thanks.
People that have done it so far haven't had any problem in getting the clerk of the court to put that into the miscellaneous file.
Okay.
You pay the fee and basically get it in there. And use your address with the zip code, okay? Don't try and get fancy out here. Commonwealth or whatever, state, and basically non-resident and all this garbage. Just put down your name and address. You're in the private now. And that mailbox that you have, that is your mailbox. That is not part of the United States Corporation. The zip code is not part of the United States Corporation. It is only a number for processing the fees back to you because it's a 9-digit routing number.
Okay. I heard in one of your audios that I have my naturalization certificate, right, from the United States, but I was born in Ecuador, so I have a birth certificate from Ecuador. I heard you say something about that I wasn't too clear on that. I probably have to hear it over.
If you've been naturalized in this country, you need to get a baptismal certificate here in this country.
Yes, I understand that. Got that. But could I be able to do anything with my certificate from Ecuador included in there? In any?
You would have to check and see, okay? Because basically when you got naturalized, you were supposed to renounce everything from that other country. Right?
Did I remember? No, because I have dual citizenship.
What do you mean?
Citizenship. Huh?
Basically, you placed that on deposit with the Treasury.
Oh. Okay.
See, that's what really should have been taking place. When you got naturalized here, basically your assets from that country were supposed to be transferred over here.
Okay.
That way you brought your funds with you so that they could now authorize you after you got your vessel under the protections of the United States flag and Constitution. But you had to get made a American vessel with that baptismal certificate.
Okay. Gotcha. Thanks.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if nothing else, ask the damn Treasury Department. Here, I want to deposit this into the Treasury.
Patrick, I got a question.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike in Florida. We were getting birth certificates authenticated at the Department of State, and one of the birth certificates this lady had of her son, he was born on a military base in Germany. When they came back, she got copies of birth certificates from D.C., and they were signed by Hillary Clinton, and below her name was the authenticating officer. Does that make them authenticated?
Yes.
Okay, so she doesn't need to go through the, however you would do it if you were born in D.C., I guess, and get it authenticated there and then push it to carry, right?
No. You don't need to get any of these birth certificates authenticated again. It's
Okay,
already under two seals, the seal of the state and then the Bureau of Vital Statistics. The Bureau of Vital Statistics is in the de jure side of the government.
Okay, that answered my question. Thanks.
Okay? All these people, basically, read what it says on that birth certificate. You basically take that birth certificate and you have anything done to the front side of that birth certificate and you void that document. So if you go and have somebody else crunch it, you are in a sense voiding that birth certificate. At least that's the way I read it. So I don't know whoever came up with this. Well, we need to go and get it authenticated. We need to get it authenticated. It's already authenticated. People just didn't know how to utilize it in the proper respect because they didn't know they had to go down to this Parkersburg, West Virginia, and put the claim in, making it a posted debt on the back side. You're not defacing the front side. You're not embossing it.
Well, when you authenticate, you don't. All they do is attach a piece of paper to the front of it. They don't write on the front of it.
Yeah, but why you don't even need that, okay? Delay. That's bullshit. What are you going to do? Every time you need one, go and get a new one authenticated? It's already authenticated. Whoever came up with that bullshit is, I don't know, that'll be shot. It don't make no sense whatsoever.
Well, since y'all talking about it, what does the authentication process?
They are authenticating you when you go up there, and you're the only one that can basically get that birth certificate, or an immediate family member. Or you have to give an authorization for somebody else to get that document. But they authenticate it because it's under seal of the state and it's under the seal of the Bureau of Vital Statistics. Take one of those documents and feel down there. There's two seals there that are already embossed into it. They ain't going to give that to you unless they've authenticated you as being the right person to have it. You're going to run down there and take your certificate of title to your vehicle and go run and get it authenticated? Take your mortgage loan and take it down and go and get it authenticated? It's already authenticated. By your signature. You're the highest authenticator out here. The government's just a damn corporation. This 1047, who authenticates it? You. There's nobody else on that damn thing. The government only validates what you're putting in.
Yeah, they don't give them away. You have to send in an application to get it, and it's got to have a couple and whatever. Excuse me.
You're coming in and saying, hey, I got these receipts. These receipts are mine. I'm cashing them in. You don't take all those receipts up to the Secretary of State and say, hey, I need all these authenticated. Come on, people. Use common sense. I know you've been deprived of that for a lot of years, but basically you better get back to using some damn common sense out here. Stop being scared of these damn nitwits. You show fear, and basically they will take and control you the rest of your life. So you might as well just give up now. Like I said before, you might as well just go out and shoot yourself. Stay plugged into the matrix. Live in that little pod that they allow you to live in. Or do you want to be free? Be able to have your own right of choice. Not be told what to do. Okay, anybody else?
Hey, Patrick, did you consider the rehabilitation document, the one that we should hand out? Or I noticed you had one that said handout. I'm looking for it again right now. Is that what the one you considered to be?
That was the one that basically you could hand out, basically about these damn judges and everything being communist.
Right.
Right, and also for law enforcement.
Okay, yeah. Noticed all law enforcements, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to look through them all again.
Yeah, start waking them up. That's what basically the French people did. They got the damn military and everything on their side. That's when they won the French Revolution.
Patrick?
Yes.
How would you handle, I've been trying to go back through the calls, but I can't handle an IRS bill of $50,000. Do I use a 1047 on that?
Basically, you could turn around, send the thing right back to them. You say approved, and then you authorize the payment out of with the number on the back of your Social Security card, sign it, and send it back to them.
Yes, they owe that money to him, don't they?
Huh?
They owe that money to him.
No, you just sign it, approved, and then to be set off per your authorization number, the number on the back of your Social Security, and then you sign it, authorized by you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? Tell them you want a receipt for that, though, too, so you can turn around and then do a 1047 for the receipt.
Okay.
Hey, will do. Thank you.
Yeah. Get those receipts. Show that you've deposited energy into the system so you can plug your battery in and start charging it back up.
Right.
You have to believe in the system. See, Neil was the only one that really believed and was able to recharge himself while he was in the matrix. He was able to even recharge Trinity and bring her back to life when she was in the matrix. Because he believed he could do it. The other people that got killed in the matrix, they didn't believe, so they died. This will only work if you believe.
Hey, Pat, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
On our reply, should we say charge approved to account number and put our Social Security, birth certificate, whatever, court case number is approved per authorization number, and then use the number on the back?
If you want to put all that on there, go ahead.
Well, it's just when I go to...
Yeah, it all depends on what you're dealing with, okay? What you want to say.
They always want the account number, and then you have to give the authorization.
Well, the account number should be on the bill itself.
Okay.
You're just saying this bill is approved. And that means that basically the account number is approved and everything. And then you're just giving them the set off to basically set that off.
Yes, I agree. Okay.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, call tonight, Tom.
Thank you, Patrick.
Okay.
I'll be getting right to the receipt. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, try and get this posted up there so that people can get it downloaded. Okay?
Yeah, I'll get it up within a few minutes. I made some mistakes last time.
Okay.
Well,
thanks a lot, Tom.